Hello everybody, this is 2LR1, back with another Transformers review, and today I'm reviewing the Studio Series KSI boss. Start off with articulation. Okay, his head is on a form of ball joint. It's on a ball joint, but it also rotates, or it swivels at the neck due to transformation. Sorry, it's dark in here. His shoulder pads can move up and down, which is good, I guess, because it allows for different poses that don't interfere with the arm movement. He has a shoulder swivel. It goes back and forward. It can move in and out. Elbow bends. He has a bicep swivel. Can spin all the way around. There is no wrist articulation on this side. His plain parts that form this sword thing can move around. You can configure in different ways. He has the same articulation for the other arm, but he does have a wrist movement, wrist swivel, and that is due to transformation. He can pivot. He has a full. He can do the full splits. He can do the full. Sorry about that. Almost dropped the phone. He can do full split, and transformation issues, that is a very large problem. He bends at the knee, kind of. He can move his hip forward and backward. No waist swivel, but he does have a thigh swivel. Well, his legs are very articulated, but they're articulated because of the transformation and can be very difficult to maneuver into a good position. His ankle can tilt forward and backwards, but it does not have a swivel. So that's sad. His back kibble is not the worst I've seen. It's pretty flat overall. I mean, not bad. You can also configure it to be closer or further, like so. You can kind of hide that if you want to, like that. That makes it look horrible from the side. Now I'm gonna get on to transformation. This is a very painful and complex transformation that hurts me to do. First off, you're gonna want to fold in his wrist blades, and then you're gonna want to fold the top of it off, I guess, forming the front of the plane. For the other arm, you're gonna want to do the same thing as that, just instead of folding this together, you just push in the cannon and fold his wrist in, and it does not fold all the way in, but it's okay. Next, you split there. Exactly what makes me angry. You pull his entire arm loose, which can be very angering. Push it down and in like this. Hurts me to transform. Push it down and in like that, and push his shoulder pad in, forming the front of the plane, like that. You're gonna want to fold. There went his head. See, this is a problem. It's basically, for those of us that remember the Titans Return toy line, remember how the little head of the smaller robot had a peg that would peg his head in? Well, yeah, that's this peg, and it's extremely annoying. It does not like to stay in at all. And it's hard to get back in because of the ball joint. There we go. I think that's in, yep. You've got to pull his shoulders up, tilt his shoulders up, tilt his neck, the base, where the base of his head is backwards, and spin his head around. That's about as far as the transformation goes, as far as the chest goes, which is disappointing because you can see the whole chest from the bottom of the figure. Then you're going to want to unhinge this arm piece, this entire arm, and shift it over to the other side and spin it like that. This looks like a trash fire right now, I can tell you that. He does have 2 sets of missiles. I am just missing one because I've had this figure for a while now and I don't know what happened to the missiles. That's the only attachment I came with though. Okay, so then you spin his feet around, or his legs around, turn it like so, spin it to the side like that, and you're going to want to do the same thing with the other leg. Fold his feet in. Got to spin him to the right angle or he will not transform correctly. And I've just unhinged this front piece. That's supposed to tab in, but it doesn't do its job very well. You fold up the legs all the way like that. Next, you fold down his tail, the plain tail, and he kind of looks like a Cybertronian jet already right now. It actually doesn't look bad, but then you've also got to unfold these wing pieces, which can be a pain because this, in what looks like it's going to be the engine in the plane mode, does not turn into an engine, and it hinges in like that. I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally pulled that off trying to transform him. Then you're going to want to fold his wing piece down, and if you don't untab that front nose piece, you're a miracle worker. That is extremely difficult to place in. I don't know if it's my figure or if it's just the entire figure, or it's just this figure in general, but he's hard to maneuver into plane mode without him looking like absolute garbage. So yeah, it's this small peg right here. You can't really see it very well because it's dark in here. No, right here. This small peg here. Yeah, that peg is supposed to plug into a tab port there. But with his leg being the way it is, it's very difficult to actually plug that in successfully. So you just gotta do your best. Do the same thing on the other wing, of course. And see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He tends to just break. Not really break, but he does not like to stay together. And, yep, there it went again. Okay, so then you plug in that, fold it down like that. Fold his wings down, of course. As you can see, this is extremely painful for me. This is like, yeah, this is definitely the most complex and most painful transformation I'm forced to do. Then you can take his missiles. If you have both of them, you can plug both in, of course, but I've lost one of the missile sets. Plug it in, there's a small tab underneath the wing. And there you have KSI Boss in vehicle mode. You can fold his landing gear down, but there's only one piece of landing gear. The other landing gear is non-existent. He does look pretty well in vehicle mode. Yeah, I know it's really dark in here, and I apologize for that. But he looks really well in vehicle mode. You can lift the cockpit all the way up. You can really almost fit an entire. You could fit a masterpiece figure in there. I feel sure. He looks great from. If you saw him from the top, he would look great. See. If you see him from the top, it looks great, except for this kibble here. See him from the front, he looks decent. You still see huge amounts of robot piece. Side, same robot pieces. It doesn't look as bad because you can see the actual paint there, not just the kibble. And then you look at him from underneath, and you can see that he's literally just himself folded up. This toy was like $50. Makes sense, I guess, because it is a $50 toy. And overall, it looks really great. Painting is good, although it has chipped in a few places. Of course, that's expected. It's silver metallic paint. He does have very good color scheme. I like the silvers and dark grays. You can see the wings. Oh, look at that. Their wing is. Look at that. I really cannot stand when it does that, and that's a lot. So this figure is just difficult. Yeah. So he does have different color scheme. You can see that nice silver there, along with the dark gray of the wings. And yeah, that's about it for this figure. It's very, overall, love this figure. You can get a lot of posability out of it in robot mode. I forgot to do that. Forgot to show you some poses, but yeah, I'm not going back and editing that in. So this is the Studio Series KSI boss. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.